Problem statement status.
Yeah, problem statement status, and it's like आपको नीचे फिर हम वो उसको बाद में ना
मैं बस 3 बजे का अभी की नहीं कि कोई बंदा उसके साथ मीटिंग है बस मैं खत्म कर
राइट राइट
Hello guys, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, so just give us a second that we'll start within a minute.
Traveling will just listen on the call. हेमा ने बोला है कि she is traveling.
Guys, just one more minute.
और इसीलिए आज भी ये मंदिर बड़ी शान के साथ खड़ा है बारी तरह और सुनाता है एक अद्भुत कहानी आस्था और श्रद्धा की। और इसीलिए एक मिसाल है हर साल चलने वाले मंदिर की रक्षा। इसको तपस्या का रक्त किया जाता है मार्ग की सेवा। और ये बात
Hello, good afternoon all. The guest is here. Manjesh, are you able to hear us? Hello, Manjesh.
I got it. I can hear you.
So Manjesh, so it's your platform. It's better if you introduce to startups and the agenda of the today's meeting. So most of all startups they join. So now today we have a semicon as well as the healthcare startups.
Okay.
So please introduce about yourself and the agenda about the today's.
All right. So just give me a minute. So apologies for joining a bit late. I saw the notice just. So let me share my screen.
Okay.
Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, instead of presentation, it's a better if you know first of all brief about yourself and what exactly
Okay.
you can add a value for the startups. It would be a great help for them.
All right. So just a brief background about myself. I am an electronics engineer by qualification and a VLSI designer by profession. This is my 22nd year in the semiconductor industry, and I've been with companies like Force Computers, BPL Telecom, and Intel, where I worked there for almost a decade, and I was responsible for global memory operations of Intel laptop and enabled customers like HP, Lenovo, and Dell and Apple across the globe. So in 2014, I started my own consulting company called as Aptamitra Consulting Private Limited in India, and we have offices in US and in Hong Kong. The primary goal of Aptamitra is to enable small and mid-size design services companies for global business operations, right? So currently we are working with close to 40 small and mid-sized companies whom we call as SMEs in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Noida for business expansion and connecting them with customers like direct product companies, which could be Intel, AMD, or Qualcomm and Broadcom. So in particular, this meeting is focused at how Aptamitra can add value for startups in terms of fine-tuning your business plan is one. Secondly, how we can generate traction for your product or service by bringing in business, right? So an early traction is what investors are also interested in helping you getting the first set of 4 to 5 customers. So when there is revenue that's being generated in the startup, there's always interest for investors to invest for scaling fund. Okay, so that's in brief. And I discussed this with Varshini in the conference, and here we are trying to understand these 7 startups which she had mentioned. I would like to know more about your product or service, and where you're stuck, where you need support. And that's the way we'll go in this conversation. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, I would request to the startups, if they start to introduce about, their product as well as their company. And also, please mention about that, what exactly you are expecting from the Manjesh sir. So it is a great clarity from both the sides.
Yes.
So
We'll start with one by one. So who is the first startup? Who wants to take the lead?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, Manjesh, am I audible?
Yes, very much.
Hi, Manjesh. My name is Abdul Aziz from Fasmo Energy. That's the company's name. And we are primarily into designing and manufacturing battery management systems and charging protocols, basically fast charging protocols for the 2 and 3 wheelers in the Indian subcontinent. Our activities revolve around your embedded hardware, firmware, the designing of it, the PCB fabrication, the testing of it, and then ultimately, since it's going down to the automotive application, the ruggedness and then the process it needs to go through. Though it is not a complete automotive grade thing which is out comparing to the ICE engines, but it is something new. So over here. What I'd like to state is we are definitely looking for companies who could support us in this journey somewhere or the other, be it from the design verification stages to the funding level applications or to the market outreach. So anywhere in this, wherever things could plug in, where the electronics and then the technology is involved, because our focus also goes deep down in this sector into trying to design some specific IC level solutions as well for our own products, and because that's a long-term vision. But we are starting off with the electronic products, then going into the semiconductor areas. I'd love to connect with you and explore out opportunities or possibilities in any particular area in this journey. Thank you.
Okay, good. So at what stage is your product now? Is the prototype ready and you have tested?
Yes, as far as the stage is concerned, we 21 and early 22 we were developing up POCs, prototypes and all of that. Last year in the month of April or May, we initiated our pilots out in the market, where selected a few OEMs to whom we supplied. Basically they were battery pack manufacturers. They used our battery management solution. They gave us a good amount of feedback. Some were many were positive, some were negative as well. We fine-tuned it and then launched the first batch out in the market. Again, it didn't go in heavy volumes to each one of them, but it was distributed among 9 to 10 OEMs, and from all of them we got good amount of feedback after the testing procedures were done, and we have received orders from the same people who used our first in good quantities. Each one of them is asking for at least 500 to 1000 as an average on a monthly basis. But the only thing between that and us right now is the AIS certification, which has newly come up in the AIS 156M004 form. And we have our appointment scheduled with ARAI next month, hopefully mid-February. And once that is done, we are out, good to go for the production of the next batch. And
Good. So Varshini ji, you will be sharing the pitch deck, right?
so, sorry.
Yeah, I will need the pitch deck.
Sure, sure, I'll do it.
Take from her later.
I'll do it. Mostly, Varsha has the company's latest updated pitch deck, and or if I have to share, I'll surely do it. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Manjesh ji, see, I just want to understand that as you heard from the Abdul ji, it's like I'm more interested that in what way, at least if you give that, the sense that where you can be helpful or where you can add the value. So it is like the
Okay. Yes, I get it. So, firstly, the approach would be to understand the product design. Where is there possibilities for design optimization and differentiation, right? So wherever we pitch to customers, right, the first point that they would ask is, why should I go with your product? Right. So is there a differentiator with an existing product? So this is one key area where I would invest greater amount of time, right? Which would make it enticing for any customer or investor to look into your product, right? So that would mean a fine tune of your design. This applies to all startups, I'm saying. In general, I'm saying, with whomever I'm going to discuss today, this would be our approach as a first point to fine tune. Are we designing it in the right way? When I say right, is it meeting the market requirement? Is it an MVP? And is it solving the pain point? And is it using the latest design resources available and the technology, right? So that is where I would come. And as a second step, what I would do, Abdul, is pitch you to the first two customers who would want to have some traction on your product, right? First, at the first, it would be a pilot that they want to see how is it functioning. And as a second, it would be a revenue phase. So once we are done with that, as a third step, where we show data to investors, see, everything looks fine until we have data about how much revenue we have added, what's your top line and bottom line. That is all matters, right? So an investor is least bothered about what problem you're solving or how innovative it is. It is all about how can I multiply my investment. Although it may sound very cruel, but that is the reality. And we have to back our product with numbers. So that is how, in these three stages, I'm going to help. And in general, I'm saying that it applies to all startups. I hope I'm clear and you can ask questions. You can feel free to. Yeah.
Okay, I just have one point to add, and then I'll I'm done so that other people can talk. It is in DC, I understand all the 3 points and they are equally essential and important. There's one thing what I was, looking for, if you would be best to answer, if that is something very important. It is at the design level itself. When we design specifically with hardware products, what happens is, since it's not so easy testing out and then reiterating a new design or adjusting some concepts as easy as software product. So with hardware, conceptualizing or visualizing the end product from the design level itself, and then foreseeing or simulating certain results or getting certain outputs from the design level itself, so that once the whole fabrication process is done, we are damn sure that okay, this is something what we expected and this is what it has come out to in terms of actual functionality. So over here I might need some kind of tips or some kind of tools which could be helpful. That should be cover up all the story what I'm looking for in terms of.
Yes, very valid point. Now we have reached at a stage where hardware as a platform is all modular.
Correct.
You want to test your controller or IO based on any vendor or particular brand. Everything is available in modular form. Okay. It is plug and play. There's no need of reiteration. If you want to design any of your hardware prototype, Aptamitra can provide you a platform
Oh, okay.
which is all modular in nature for you at no cost.
Oh, okay.
You can test your design with zero investment. Does that sound good?
Oh, sounds superb.
Yeah. Anything in embedded hardware, any controller, we can give you modular cards which can be just interconnected like a Lego block.
Okay.
Okay, so that eliminates the need for reiteration. That's on hardware side. So, guys, it applies to all. It's a good question by Abdul. Okay, and this is what reduces your time to market for your prototype.
Super. I'll surely get in touch again and I'll leave it with.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Yes. Interesting. Thank you. Now, who's next?
Please next one.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Pariksha from Thera Health Tech. Banjeshri, a pleasure meeting you today. And I'm a clinical nutritionist and I'm trying to solve the problem of nutrition related issues when we have in later life, but we are trying to catch hold of them early. So our vision is to prevent than cure. And we are working on an AI tool where the wean to teen solution on nutrition can be given, and we are working on data sets which we can provide regional specific diet plans, not a same diet plan to you if you hail from Andhra and to me if I hail from North. So regional diet preferences for children, supporting first 1,000 days of nutrition so that we can reduce the prevalence of NCDs in our country. On the other side, we are working on creating a tool where parents don't have to prick their children to test their micronutrient deficiencies. And we are taking picture data to validate it with blood test and have the AI running on it so that we identify where a micronutrient deficiency can be predicted without taking a blood sample. So that's what we are trying to do. And I'm not sure how should I request you to help me out here.
Fantastic. Fantastic. This is a subject of interest for every working people, I would say.
Agreed.
So we are bothered about fitness at the same time, nutrition as well. I'll tell you where I can help. Based on the current status of your product, I believe it is a mobile app that you're going to work on.
Yes.
Or a website, right? So it should be in line with the market leader, who is the leader as of now.
Yes.
If not, I can tell it is Healthify Me.
For adult segment, yes, we are trying to bring a wean to teen or from 6 months of age till 19 years of age, because nobody has focused on this age group to prevent diseases.
Very nice.
So agreed. Yeah.
Very nice. So it should be in line with that. Already they have captured a good segment of market, but there is still scope for many more players in this domain. What I can add value for your idea, I'll tell you. One thing is none of these startups are working on body types. You may want to note this down, body types.
Yes.
Our ancient Indian system of medicine, which is Ayurveda, classifies people as Vata, Pitta, and yeah, you are aware of it. So that is some aspect you need to add to your AI.
Yes.
And it is purely based on questionnaire. You're able to determine the body type is one.
Sure.
Secondly, if you need support in terms of technology, meaning in developers, right? So that will come as an investment for you. Okay?
Sure.
You need not invest in hiring developers to develop this technology, because you may get it as a plugin, as I said for Abdul, in terms of hardware. The same thing, you can get it on software, right? Number three. So first of all, the first aspect was on the design. Again, I'm giving you an input where the tool can predict what best solution can be given to the client. Make sense?
Absolutely,
At
absolutely.
the end
Yes.
of the day, if you're observing Chat GPT, right, it is creating a
Yeah,
revolution. It is learning from inputs, right?
true.
Most of it has to be given, but we are going to ask the right set of questions, and it is going to compare with an existing database of solutions and project it to the customer. That is on the product definition side.
Right.
I don't want to sound that, hey, you know what, you have not thought about this. It's just that our ideas are coming together to make the product sound better to customers. Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
Appreciate.
second, as I said, you will get consultation support in terms of architects,
Okay.
okay, who are going to fine tune your product and make it more user friendly and more robust.
Sure.
Right. Third thing is, I'll give the first set of 500 customers who are going to adopt your product.
Wonderful.
Okay, so first thing would be a pilot where we would ask them to start using it, and the next thing would be a paid version of it. Okay, we should start pricing it's going to be a SaaS model, right? It's
Yes.
going to be like a monthly subscription or a 3-month subscription, similar to what Healthify Me is doing.
Yes.
But can we add more value is something, it's a never ending, I would say, journey where we should go on adding more features and services eventually to make it monetizable and add more customers.
True, true. So, I mean, at this stage, of course, we are just on the data collection stage. The tool has to become stronger. The AI has to pick up, or machine learning has to mature. So definitely, I'll need that support. And right now, what we are doing, we are connecting with some B2B2C kind of a model where we are going to corporates and saying that we will take care of, parents in the company, because that also helps us bringing data back. And, we have quite a bit of data coming from that side. So if any connect there where, I don't want to bring in cash flows when only the MVP is ready. So we are trying to work on B2B2C model as well. So I'll appreciate any connects or any guidance there as well.
Yes. So as mentioned, so Optomitra is very well connected with, I would say, the SME, small and mid-sized companies who will very much be supportive to kind of bring traction to your product is one. Once the revenue stage kicks in, would be a funding round. Okay.
Right.
Yes. So what you can expect is a funding anywhere between $500,000 to $1 million.
Okay.
Okay.
That's sure. Sure.
So here, Optomitra would be responsible in these 4 stages. And as I've already said, there is no service fee that we charge. It is purely based on outcome. It's like a pro bono, as Shaji mentioned, right? And I would like to see elevate. I would like to elevate your current project idea or your product or your service into action. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes, appreciate it. So what is the product name that you said?
The brand is New V.
New V.
New V. NUWE. Nutrition and Wellness. New V.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next.
Hello, am I audible, Manjesh?
Yes, very much.
Manjesh, it's pleasure meeting you again. Last time, recently, we met at VLSIT conference at our stall. So,
yes.
we are Vanish Technologies. So, basically, we deal with customized FPGA and SoC based hardware, software system and solutions. The pain points or problem which we are solving and targeting is, the first one is like lack of customization in FPGA boards and also in general controller boards. And industry uses standard boards, and that's very expensive. And again, it's non-optimized. The second problem which we are targeting is there's a limited choice of onboard peripheral devices. And third problem we are solving is like there is a inadequate and expensive R&D solutions if we're talking about FPGA related boards. And also there is a lack of custom and robust AI/ML capabilities with these boards. And last one is like there is a non-availability of service centers, and that further drive the costs. So what we are providing is we are developing customized FPGA based controller boards ranging from low end to high end, and that is as per the customer requirements. And in that way we are providing very inexpensive and optimized solutions. Also in terms of peripherals, we are providing a higher count of peripherals and latest high end that on board with advanced designing concepts. And also our solutions are cost effective, customized, and also high end, low end, or middle end. It depends on the customer requirements. So like we have multiple products which we have released recently. The first one is our Aryabhatta series, which is mainly targeting the power electronic applications and EV applications also for inverter controller design. And then we have EV series of application for BMS, including charger controller. And in terms of AI, we are, as we also discussed about this at this stall, we are developing advanced ENPR solutions and surveillance related solutions. So like and also our customized board, like one of for our one or two clients, we are providing our controller boards for drones. So our controller boards are like capable enough to handle the multiple cameras even from different domains, and providing application layer things like AI and ML kind of solutions over that. And our so like the main thing which we are looking is to the market basically, and mainly for these kind of applications. So like we have started generating the early revenue, and we are providing our board to different R&D centers, including IITs and NITs, and including in industry. And also recently we are partnering with AMD for our solutions. We are providing EV related solutions there, and other university collaborations. And and we want to tap the market as much as we can, because if we talk about the surveillance market is itself, like in India, more than $3 billion, and if we talk about like global, then it's like nearly $40 billion. So that's the AI and computer vision part. And also apart from power electronics and EV applications are there, which has huge demand in the market. And if talking about the revenue model, mainly we are focusing on three kind of revenue models. First, we are providing the pure customizations. Like we take the requirement from the client, and then we customize the whole solutions, whole controller board. Second is we are focusing on the recurring type of customization model. Suppose one of our client, we are developing a controller board, and then we are expecting like more than 500 board orders. So those kind of models we are working. And third is our product line, and mainly in product line focusing on two things, that is EV related thing, BMS and charger controller, and second is surveillance with the AI ML kind of solutions. So like we have launched in last year August, and we have generated like 4 million plus of revenue, and 60 to 70 million things are in pipeline. And so like the thing which we are expecting is, first we have like one or three product line we have already started. But for the other AI ML kind of solutions, we have prepared a demo, and like we want to make our product market ready. And for that, one we need is the investment. And second, we are looking for the market in India as well as like European and APAC countries. So like we want help in that scenario. Yes.
Okay. So Vanix, I have lots to tell for you. Okay. So if I remember correctly, yours was the group which demonstrated that facial recognition, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So I recollect. So did you say that you have a revenue of 4 million rupee or USD?
It's INR.
Okay. So we'll keep a standard. We'll talk in INR. So you are in a revenue phase, which is good. Okay. Now I really took a lot of time to understand what exactly you're doing. Okay. So if I hear to Abdul, it's very, very clear. It's focused on EV, at least at a high level. It's focused on EV. And okay, by the way, this input, you can consider me as your friend. Okay. And it applies to all others. When you pitch your idea, it should be just one idea. Okay, one product. If you think about Ola, what do you think? What do you get in mind?
Yeah, it's a taxi.
It's just taxi. He's connecting a passenger with a driver. That's all. If you think about Book My Show, you will not think about pizza. If you think about McDonald's, right, you will not think about hiring a plumber, right? So if it's plumber, it's urban company, right? If it is Pizza Hut, it's pizza, right? We get it very fast. What I understand is you have a lot of capabilities and you have identified a lot of use cases, and we need to narrow down to that product which will help you to scale and which will also give a lot of revenue. Okay, so the product that you showed that day, facial recognition, that itself is humongous, right? See, we all have limited time. As a startup, everything looks fantastic. Every problem has to be solved, but we need to have a focus, just one product, and have full faith on it. And I gave an input to you that facial recognition is a wow, which I think even Microchip was developing. I saw a similar one that day. So the industry needs enablers like you. Okay, you are an enabler. You're going to use technology and solve problems, right? Your strength, Vanix's strength, is going to be identifying the right set of hardware and coming up with a software solution and giving it to the end user. So my input to you is, if facial recognition, I'm just giving an example, if that is going to be your vision, then I see that this can be a startup which can easily raise $10 million, not 1 million. I'm saying $10 million. And I'm not talking about INR again. Okay, the moment you show traction for this, and I'm going to give you all my connects who will deploy this at their site. So Vanix, it should be synonymous with facial recognition. I'm just giving an example. You may have multiple products. Okay, so of course I will look through your slides. We can narrow down on one product first. There's whole world for us to take over, but we should do it step by step. Okay, this I'm sharing my experience as well in my 8 years as a startup. Right? So we should have focus. I see that Abdul and sorry, I forgot the name of the other founder, the lady. They have Pariksha. So Pariksha has good focus on what they want to do. They are targeting a specific segment. Again, they're not talking about all the age groups. They're taking specific age groups. What happens is it becomes easy to focus on daily when you wake up. You will just think about that. But here I'm seeing I really got lost in what are the various types of products that you're going to design. Of course, you are a very capable person. You must be having a very good team who can do this. But when you channelize everything with one idea, then I see that you're gonna grow fast. Am I talking sense?
Yeah, Manjesh. So like here I want to add, like, our customer, we have like segmented our whole streamline. So the first one is like our board having multiple use case. Like when we're designing our customized board, that particular board can have multiple applications. It totally depends on the client. So that we are taking aside, the service part, the customization service part here, which I have discussed, like the computer vision application. So we want to get into the we want to like our board is already capable of AI related things also. So we also, of course, what we have said is totally correct. So we want to focus, but our product nature is like one is customization services. So we are focusing on that. That's totally different. So we are making a board that can have multiple, like it can be applied in drone also with like minimal changes, our minimal peripherals updation and upgradation. and then we are focusing on the these things like AIML kind of, because those boards also have that capabilities. So of course we are streamlining these things. But as you said, I will also share the pitch deck and the demo also. Like last we have discussed the facial recognition thing, and like that we will go. Sure, Manjesh.
Yes, yes, yes. Take me positively. Okay, so it's a journey that we will go through. Even I need to understand more about your product and service, and we will discuss. This is the first meeting. And
Yes.
one more thing, what you mentioned is services. How big is your team now?
So like we have currently we have 11 people as a team.
Hmm,
Yeah.
fantastic. So these are all skilled in PCB design and
Yes.
pipe.
So yeah. So collectively we have around 35 plus years of experience. So some people having more than 8 years of industry experience. So average, like you can say 6+ years of experience of industry every team member has.
Right. So immediately what Aptamitra can bring for you is business. If you are saying you can provide design services, that's a revenue for you. And that itself comes as a funding. Okay. So it could mean if you're saying you have 6 resources, what it means for you is a revenue of $1 million in 1 year minimum.
Okay.
Okay, we'll discuss more on it.
Sure, Manjesh. Sure.
Okay, as a follow-up, we can set up meetings. I think Varshaji can share my email and we can discuss.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do have your mail ID also.
yes. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, nice. So it's good.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. So Varshaji, just checking the agenda, right? So how many more teams we
So
have?
we have the other semicon startups also. So, it's like right now we have a vast beam, then other, the few people.
I'm just talking the numbers. So we have another 4 teams.
No, we have more than that, sir.
Oh, fantastic. So, and what is the timeline we have?
So it's like more maximum 1 hour.
Okay, fine. Yeah, we'll
Hi,
go
Manjesh.
ahead with the next participant, please.
Hey, hi, Manjesh.
Can I go ahead?
Please.
So I'm seeing Ganesh Krisani.
Yes, Manjesh. So
Yeah.
I'll keep it very short. I know that, in pipeline, you.
No, please go ahead. I was just trying to understand. You need to speak up. You need to maximum.
Manjesh, see, today we'll take some, the brief introduction, and then again I'll arrange the one-on-one call if the startups, and if you show any interest, because
Yes.
at the other startups, they will wait for a long time then.
Yes, got it. All right, please go ahead,
Okay.
Mr. Ganesh.
Yeah. Hi, Manjesh. Glad to connect you. Myself, Ganesh. Krisami, I'm one of founder of Krisami Design Tech. So Krisami Design Tech is started in 2018, and we are into semiconductor and embedded, 2 domains. So in semiconductor, we are doing services and IP development activities, internal IP development activities also. And embedded, we have one product called DMT. So it is in digital multiplex transporter. These product is prototype stage. It is ready and ready for demo as well. This mostly it applications in space, satellite communication, and autonomous vehicle. And whereas we are into semiconductor services as well. Through services we are now somewhat we revenue generated. What I'm expecting from you is we are looking to find a customer for the product, one thing. And second thing, already we are into semiconductor services and we are looking to expand it. These 2 things I'm expecting from you, Manish.
Perfect. I'm your right customer. So I want to know which are the customers that you're looking for.
So whereas this embedded product like digital multiplex transporter, this is a new product recently. One of our a partner joined with us and together we developed this. So I'll discuss you in detail regarding this. And services, I gone through your web page and as well. So almost you are in semiconductor services as well, it looks like. So we can discuss in detail.
Yes.
I'll share the all pitch deck.
Perfect. Perfect, Mr. Ganesh. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Manish.
Can I go next?
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Sahiti. I'm from Hetzol Biomed. We are a bioelectrical device startup. And so we develop bioelectrical devices. And one of the first products that we are developing is a temporary pacemaker. And so basically this temporary pacemaker has like a minimalistic design with all the necessary functionalities. And it is for the Indian market specifically because we are building devices that are affordable in Indian INR. So that's a brief about our startup. And so since we are building like healthcare devices, it takes like a longer time than most startups because to validate this whole thing, we even need to take like permission from the government to test it out in the in hospitals or wherever. And yeah, so we are a little confused, I guess, about how to approach this whole process and what would be the best way to enter the market.
Okay. So what stage is the design now? Is it the proto is ready or it's just an idea stage?
We have a prototype ready. So now we have to next apply for clinical validation. We need to apply to the Indian government. And along with that, we have to go to the ethics committee. We have like a client, Narayana Hridayalaya, who's ready to test our device and work with us in co-creating the whole product. And yeah, so that's the stage we are in.
Yeah. So what we can do, Saiti, is after this call, right? It looks interesting. Like this product idea looks interesting. So what we should do is first of all come up with a plan as to how we need to develop it first, and is there a similar product in the market? So somebody needs to go mute. So hi guys, I think there's a parallel conversation. Can you please go on mute? Okay, so so somebody needs to go on mute, guys. I don't know.
Yeah, it is muted. Please go ahead.
Aryaki Poturi. Okay, so the input that I'm providing, in general, it applies to every groups. When you have your product line, is there a similar product in the market, and is there a differentiator? Okay, the differentiator can be in terms of the form factor. When I say the form factor, the size, the thickness, the height, all these things. And in terms of power, is it consuming low power than your competitor product? Third thing is it a SaaS model or a HaaS model, or it is for sale? So these three things we need to define to make it very interesting. And I like this idea because it is very focused. And it has a good market to address as well. So the way to go in general for any startup, not just for Sahiti's startup, in general, you need to first define your product correctly in terms of its features, its functionality, and its cost, and whom it's going to address, and the necessary software for it, whether it will be controlled through an app. Okay. In the case of a hardware, we should always think about leveraging the mobile device. Don't invent yet another device. Leverage the existing mobile and a small IoT device. Basically, this can come in the IoT range. And then comes coming up with a traction. The first 100 to 500 customers who are going to first pilot, and they're going to pay for it. So once that is done, again, we should think about how big is the market, and how is the potential, and what's the investment needed to go. So you should never, at least the startups that I want to guide, I never want them to take funding just with an idea. No, because you'll be selling yourself very short. Okay, if you go at the early stage, you'll be diluting a lot of equity. Don't take your equity very lightly. Okay, so having said that, for Aptamitra is going to help you to get traction, and by which your valuation is going to improve, right? So I see a good use of this product. We will further review it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next, please.
Hello, Manjesh.
Yes.
Myself Yashpal. Myself Yashpal from Yash Bio Solutions Private Limited.
Hi, Yashpant. So Yash Bio, you have named your startup in your name.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. We have come up with a patented medical device for in the rehabilitation market.
Please come again. Can you please speak a bit loud, clear?
In management of addiction.
Addiction. Okay.
Yes. So here we come up with a oral appliance where if it is administered to patient, it may help in reduction of craving. So we call it as an anti-craving device. So we have patented this idea in 2021.
Okay.
Now we want clinical validation of this device.
Okay.
Good. And in with the request for you would be like, we want to embed a semicon into this device, and in future where it can be used as even health and wellness aspect.
Fantastic, man. Can you give an example of how it can remove addiction of smoking?
It has got its medical criteria, how it reduces craving, because it is applied into the oral cavity where it minimizes the effects of craving. So it is all what based on existing literature, what we have justified the usage of the device.
Okay. So are you saying you patented this idea and it is being granted, or it's under review?
No, it is being granted in 2021.
Good. You have an unfair advantage now. Okay. And that needs to be tested, as you rightly said. Clinical validation is required. So what is stopping you from getting the validation?
So right now we are a startup one. We are bootstrap startup, and we need existent market players, or else somebody into similar area with medical devices, and we need funding aspect also, because we have published our patent in 2017, and we have not leveraged much from the patent publication. So market wise, yes, because this is a grossly neglected therapeutic area.
Yes.
So here the even medical community is very much doesn't appreciate this kind of innovations, where even though there is much support from existing literature itself, how the mechanisms or pharmacological actions or physiology it is affecting, even then also there is not much appreciation or from the medical community itself. Leave about patient factor. So here we are not able to get traction from medical community first, maybe clinical validation, because everything in medical aspect runs through data.
Yes.
Real-time data. So
Yes.
here maybe we can have one real-time pilot testing of this device, where it surely does, because what the existing literature and what the medical community has ignored up till now. We have taken that into consideration and we have developed the solution. Manjesh, am I audible? Is that clear?
Very much. So I get your point that none of them want to promote your product.
Yes.
Because they see risk in your device coming to the market.
I don't see risk, but they don't want to believe the concept where this device can minimize craving, how it is, how this innovation actually works. But we have defined it in our patent publication itself, that how it works. But none of the medical community wants to believe. I don't know how, because that's what they want to come up with data.
Yeah, the proof of pudding is in tasting it, right? So the way we have to do, Mr. Yash, somebody's mobile, please keep it away. Yeah. So, so Mr. Yash, the way to go about is we have to show the proof that it has helped in de-addiction, right?
Yes.
First of all, your thought has to be brought into reality by having the device, right? You're saying it has to be put in an oral cavity.
Yes.
So it has a lot of challenges, correct? The kind of material that we are going to, okay, it's in detail, we have to study. I appreciate that you have thought about this. Maybe when I go through your literature, I'll have more data on it.
Manjesh, let me give one more clarification in here.
Yeah.
Here, the device what we are talking about is already into the market from past 40-50 years. Even that is also there. So we are using it as a new indication. And with more modifications, like where, yes, that is more innovative aspect, and where we are incorporating semicon as well as medicine into the device. So that is innovative aspect.
Yeah. We'll review it.
Okay, Manjesh.
Yes, it sounds interesting. Like you are saying that already the product is in the market. It's a good opportunity for you to capture it. Okay. So I see there were a couple of drops, but the one particular startup was interesting, was Ambit. We need to connect with him later. So thank you, Mr. Yash. Who's next?
Thank you, Manjesh.
Hello, Manjesh.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Pallavi from Sanjiva Homeopathy.
Yeah. Yes, Pallavi.
Yeah, I would like to introduce the company. This is Homeopathy Clinics, which is a branch. We want to spread the clinics, expand the clinics to the further places and all, pan India. Our vision is to heal people and comfort them through our medicines, while making the world a healthy and happy living space. Our mission at Sanjiva is to make quality homeopathy medicine available, treatment available to every person, irrelevant of geographical and linguistic barrier. The unique software has been developed to generate a code according to the diagnosis of the patient. So it's a non-conventional method treating people holistically with a self-made protocol by Sanjiva Homeopathy. Here, she is my mother, who is a homeo doctor. She has a 25 years of experience, and she has clinically tested mainly for few thyroid diseases, female problems, PCOD and fibroids, skin allergy, psoriasis and all. So I'm looking for how I can recruit doctors and expand my clinic further, and marketing strategy, mainly financial management strategy also. So I need a good team of people who can support me to establish my clinics further.
Yeah. So one input on this, Pallavi, is you are aware of Practo?
Yeah, I do know about Practo.
So Practo is a platform which is one-stop shop for all practitioners.
Okay. We already got registered in that one. Practo is registered clinic. Already we are running 4 clinics right now.
So your idea is to emulate the clinics.
Yeah, expand the clinics furthermore.
Okay.
And we have the specialized software where it is a protocol which has to be followed in all clinics, which is little different than other homeopathy clinics and all. So this has been already tested, and we are already into patenting the products for review and all.
Okay. So you have 4 clinics in action and it is in revenue stage.
Yeah, yes.
Fantastic. This is a good startup to work with, right? Where you are profitable.
Yeah, definitely.
You are in revenue. You are looking for scaling fund.
Right, Manish.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So Varsha ji, this is a very good startup.
Thank you, Manish.
Yeah, I would rate as on the top of whomever I have spoken now. This is a model to be scaled, and I would like to definitely see more details, and I would also want to invest in it.
Thank you very much, Manjesh.
Yeah,
Thank you.
perfect. Next, please.
Mr. Manjesh, Prashant from Second Consult.
Hey, Mr. Prashant.
Sir, hi. So we are basically a bootstrap startup operating in the healthcare space. So just like how you spoke about Practo right now, so we are pretty much on the similar lines of Practo. So we have a teleconsultation module that's already up and running. We offer teleconsultations for patients across India, and there's also a secondary factor which is called second opinion, wherein we offer the solution for patients in India with doctors across the globe, which puts the patients in touch with doctors from outside India. Just that the doctors outside India cannot legally prescribe medications, but they can give a letter-based second opinion. So we have actually developed the product on these lines, and there is a little more development happening with respect to teleradiology, wherein radiology centers who do not have radiologists can use our particular solution, and our radiologists in-house can actually report on the scans. And on top of that, there's again a lab and scan module, wherein we are trying to become an aggregator with different labs, and basically an e-commerce platform wherein the people can book our particular services, and they can go to the labs and get the tests and the scans done. So currently we have a viable product that is already up and running. The problem with respect to us currently is how are we going to increase our customer acquisition. So we are facing a challenge with respect to customer acquisition at the moment. Marketing spends, probably we have about 1% of marketing spends the other competitors are currently on, because we are bootstrapped at the moment. So I would require an inputs on that.
Very nice. So this is also an aggregation platform similar to Practo. I see it has focused approach on radiology. So
radiology and second opinion.
Yeah, second opinion, right? So second opinion becomes more of B2C. Correct. And radiology is more of B2B.
Correct.
So we need to have a focus, according to me. You focus on one first, the whole world is there to capture, of course. Right. So second opinion, again, why not take on Practo only? I'm just questioning. Right. There are multiple doctors listed on Practo. Correct. So you take first consultation with one, and second or third or fourth, in fact. Right. So is it a pain point that we are trying to address? I need to know. Don't take me wrong, because this is an idea you would have nurtured for years. I'm just asking as a listener. You understand me as an ignorant person asking questions to you.
Exactly.
Okay, so you need to convince me that why second opinion needs to be taken through your platform. Why not through Practo is one. The aggregation model, what you said, is very interesting. It's purely B2B.
Correct. That is B2B.
Yeah, and it saves a lot of cost for all these hospitals or clinics or diagnostic centers. They need not have their own something
Correct.
else, right?
Yeah.
Your approach is good, right? And it needs to be fine-tuned. That is where I come in, right?
Okay.
So direction is more important than speed. You understand that, right?
Exactly.
So in this second opinion, you may have to have a second opinion on this. Okay. You need to
Okay.
take a second opinion. I am giving you that second opinion.
Got it. Got it.
Okay. And definitely we should discuss. And how big is your team now?
We have a team of about 20 people on the developmental stage, which is actually outsourced. In
It's
terms of
outsourced.
in-house, we have tech is outsourced. In-house, we have about a team of 6 people.
And what are their skill sets?
Skills. So basically, I am not the founder. I am the chief operating officer. So,
Yeah.
so I handle operations and marketing strategy and probably product development. There are a couple of people who are on support, who take the inbound queries that we get. And
Yes.
there are a couple of more people who are into graphical design and stuff. So we
How
basically
old
provide the
is your
content for
venture?
We have the product was company was incorporated in 2021 April, and we've started operations full-fledged probably about 3-4 months back.
Good. So I need to review your idea and plan how you want to go about. And what I can provide you is a B2B connect is one.
Okay.
And help you to gain traction, initial traction.
Yeah, that is what that's
That data point is very important. And most of the time, the way it works is my connects will help you to get the traction. Saying that, hey, this service is good, we have used it, and this is my feedback, and this should be the cost, all these things. Okay. And that should help you to go to the next level.
Sure.
All right. You have a nice time, Prashant.
Thank you, sir.
Please. Yeah. All right. I think we are done then. Varshaji?
Hi, this is Raghu here.
Raghu is there. Raghu. Yeah. Please.
Hi, my name is Raghu. I'm co-founder and head of business at AIC Robotics.
There's a lot of echo, Mr. Raghu.
How about now?
Yeah, it is better.
Sorry. So I'm head of business and co-founder at AIC Robotics. We build
Answer
autonomous mobile.
Okay.
Yes.
If you can be a bit slow so that I can decipher, it'll be nice.
So we build autonomous mobile robots where we help warehouses and factory floors move material transportation. For example, when you order something on Amazon, you get your product delivered by next day. Have you wondered why Amazon is able to deliver so efficiently?
As far as I know, there is a hub. If I go backward, there is a hub in every pin code, right? There is a Kirana model they have, and all these Kiranas are being serviced by one central hub. Until that, I have a visibility. And back in the warehouse, what they do is based on the barcode scan, they segregate it into corresponding pin codes. Okay, so that segregation efficiency is there, and backed by the distributor or the delivery network, I'm seeing there is efficiency. This is all I know. Please educate me more.
Okay. The reason why Amazon is able to deliver so fast is because they use robots in their warehouses. Is because when you have a high demand of orders to fulfill in a very short period of time, it is not possible by having too many people, is because you need to move the material faster inside a warehouse.
Right.
So, but Amazon is like the third richest company in the world, and they can afford to have this technology, and they spent around 15 years to perfect this technology. But today, there are so many companies who are in logistics field who are trying to do the same thing, but they're not able to cope up with the same efficiency or deliverable. So for that, we allow other companies to have the same efficiency as Amazon by giving them same robotic solution. So also, we have explored other options where even in manufacturing facility, there's a huge requirement for robots. And we also work with manufacturing companies. We are a 26 months old company.
We took first 18 months on research and development. Last year, March, we went on sales. Till now, we have done, from March to December, we have done 2 crores worth of sales. And I have another 3 crores to deliver by this year order. And the next year, 2023 to 2024, I have a order book of another 20 crores in pipeline. So we are looking to raise money to scale our operations. We have filed a patent. We have built our tech. We've done market validation. We have a team of experts, a deployment team. So now we are looking to raise money to scale our operations.
Fantastic. Another Pallavi movement. This is very nice, Mr. Raghu. I appreciate it. And I definitely want to join your effort. So one good input that you gave is you want to help other channel partners like maybe delivery or e-com express, all right? So all these players, you're saying that your product is ready and you have tried to deploy at these locations and they are yet to give a feedback, or what is that stage?
We've deployed. Usually when customer wants to buy robots, they have a huge volume of order. But as we are a new company, they want to buy 1 or 2 robots, automate one process and see how efficient it is. So we have passed that. Now customers are coming back and telling I need more robots. So to deliver all the clients at the same time, it's not possible until I have a manufacturing facility. Right now we are doing it in our R&D facility itself, but I need to set up a manufacturing facility.
Fantastic. So yours is a robot as a service model, RAS model, or it's purely sales?
It was purely sales, but now now we have got like very big Fortune 50 companies asking us in RAS model is because again, as we are a very new company, they would prefer to go on RAS model because the ownership will be on our side and also paying premium for it.
Fantastic, man. So yours is a product which is ready for scale. So we should go with robot as a service only, because all these e-com companies are burning cash and they want to be lean, and they have business, but they don't have working capital. Same with your situation where you have a business case, but you would need a lot of working capital to get it done. So until we have a strong agreements with these players, it could be DHL. See, DHL is one good company to pilot with because they're entirely manual, okay? And they want to go automated, but there is a cost involved. Even I had worked in this domain initially for delivery. I see there's a lot of scope and you have a very good pain point identified where other players are just doing it manually and you want to automate it. So the way to go is fine-tune your product, prove at least in one location of a DHL, which I can give a contact, right? And for that, whatever funding is required, it can be provided. Okay. So there is a specific set of investors who want to invest purely on delivery. Okay. So one of the investors that I know is the COO of Reva Car. Now it is called as Mahindra Reva. So he is very passionate about such startups. So what you need to do, Mr. Raghu, is you need to list down what is the funding required, which is the B2B customer who is willing to pilot it at the first place, and based on terms and conditions. Again, they do the pilot, even if it is satisfactory, they don't give you an order.
I have got 2 big customers bigger than DHL. So one is called Schneider Electrical and another is called Robot Bosch.
Okay. So you have an order in hand and
yes,
you are waiting for a working capital to fulfill, right?
Correct. Then the Schneider Electrical is a very big contract. It is more than $12 million contract, but they only right now want us to only focus on India. If you're able to complete India in 15 to 18 months, they will make us a preferred partner to automate all their 450 factories in 40 countries.
Fantastic. See, you have a product. You have a customer who's ready to pay. What is stopping you?
It is basically like we are not able to talk to banks to get working capital to fulfill those orders because they want to give us in a RAS model, and also these customers are ready to do a foreign lock-in period contract.
Okay, and what is the quantum of fund required?
So as of now, to fulfill in, let's take for the next 2 quarters, we are looking for 2 crores.
Okay, good. So I think we should definitely discuss. Okay, so what I need, of course, all of you are gonna give a presentation. This and Pallavi's homeo clinic model, it sounds very nice for me, and I would like to go in greater detail. And for the rest of the partners also, I would like to make it interesting for them. Okay, it's not that the idea is not good. The idea is good, but it needs to be revisited and positioned correctly. Okay. Very nice, Mr. Raghu. Any other questions you have? Am I audible? Mr. Raghu, you have any other questions?
I have no other question. I will reach out to you offline and take it up.
Perfect, sir. Nice knowing you. All right.
Same here.
Next, who is in line?
So this is Amit here from Vasbeam. So we specialize in phase array antenna design and also RF semiconductors. And we are working on our first product, which is a SATCOM antenna for the LEO satellite constellation.
Vasbeam. I did we meet there in VLSI conference? I just saw about your presentation through
We had chance to meet you, so yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I need I did go through at a higher level, Mr. Amit. I need more details. If you have slides, you're on antenna design, right? So primarily, who will be your customers?
So basically, we are a semiconductor design house. And the approach to develop antenna was to own our own critical component of the antenna design, which is a beamforming chip. So we have already released 6 different beamforming chips, which are core for 5G radar as well as SATCOM applications. And the next, so we don't want to become a semiconductor component manufacturer or supplier, but as a product company who owns the critical components of the overall design.
Okay, so what's the pain point that you have currently? What is that?
The initial chip tape outs and the design, which all were done by using our mental faculties and some of the tools. We are at a phase where we need capital to develop phase array products in SATCOM domain.
How big is Vasbeam now?
So we are 3 co-founders and 10 freelancers working across the globe.
Okay. And you're saying that the product that you have developed is in what stage now?
So the product is in the prototype, but the chips have been commercially released. So RCI has already approved the chip. So we're also talking to some of the defense labs. And also a few of those European Union labs or the space agencies have also evaluated the chip. So we feel very confident about the chip. The product, we are in the prototype, and in the next couple of months, we'll have our working prototype up and running. And we are also winner for IDEX. We are winner for 2 IDEX challenges and 1 open challenge. And also grantee from DOT for 5G backhaul using beamforming as a technology.
Yeah. So once again, I would like to ask, can you list the customers whom you're trying to target?
Yeah. Do you need now, or shall I put it on the email for you?
No, at a high level.
All the internet providers who would slate to give through a LEO satellite, might be OneWeb, Intellisat, even BSNL for 5G backhaul. So those are the customers which we think are pretty nice to have. The reason being the cost of antennas are very high today. And the only reason is the components are very expensive. As a beamforming chip, LNAs and the PAs, which is where the pain point is we try to own our own components so that the overall cost becomes so viable that this become a mainstream technology.
Fantastic. So do you have any IPs in place?
Yeah, we do have a lot of IPs in place, but we haven't filed any patent yet from the purpose because all these patents are global and the cost of filing are very, very high. So we have at least 8 to 9 IPs which we are ready to file any moment. So,
yeah. See, your product sounds interesting. Okay. And what Aptamitra can help you in is funding for the IP. Okay. In global markets. Okay. So I'd like to have a greater level of review on your product. Okay. And that is going to give you an edge and in turn, business connect. I would say all the wireless customers, right? They would be in need of, right? And it's all in coming up with a differentiator and positioning it correctly, right? If you see you're having a differentiator, which I need to review it, and once it is secured in terms of IP rights, that gives us an edge over other players, and in turn fund will flow. Make sense? So let us have another call, and I would like to receive your details, and I will have it reviewed offline and come up with next steps for you. This is also very interesting, Mr. Amit.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks for presenting. So who is next in line? So I hope I'm giving the right inputs, and accordingly actions also will follow. And I've given, I hope I have done justice in terms of inputs. These can be very valuable and it can save you time and it can give you direction. All right.
Sir,
Yes.
so I guess everybody has asked their concerns and doubts. So it's really valuable for them. So I'm pretty sure they all have their own takeaways.
Yes. Yes.
I just kindly request everyone to turn on their video just for a minute for a picture. Just give me a second. Could everyone turn on their videos, please?
It may be an odd moment for some. I think it should be okay. Yeah, it should be okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.